Okay, so today we're going to draw the Lewis dot structure of a compound called methane. And in order to begin the process, you need to know the empirical formula for methane, which was given to us. And that empirical formula is CH4. Okay. And so that's just telling us that we have one carbon molecule and then 4 hydrogens. And when you put those together, it creates the compound methane. So to begin the process, you want to find out exactly how many electrons you're going to have in your dot structure. So carbon, it shows up one time, right? So here's our 1. And then carbon, we should already know that carbon has 4 valence electrons. So 4 times 1 equals 4 electrons, which we have right there. And then hydrogen. Hydrogen's a little bit different. So hydrogen shows up 4 times, right? And then we multiply that by 1 because hydrogen has only 1 valence electron, and that gives us a total of 4 electrons. And when you add those together, we get a total of 8 electrons. So we know that in our drawing here, we should automatically have 8 electrons. Now, a few things we want to remember before drawing this structure is that all elements, except for hydrogen, must have an octet, meaning they need to have 8 electrons. And then hydrogen is always a duet, so it should always have 2. The second thing to remember is each line or bond equals 2 electrons. So typically your first element in a compound is going to be the central element. So we're going to draw a carbon right here. And we have, which takes care of carbon, right? So then we can add our hydrogens. So we have 4 hydrogens. So we're going to draw 4 hydrogens. This molecule, we'll make it as even as possible. So here we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 hydrogens. So it's important to, our next step is to count our electrons. So if each dash equals 2 electrons, then here is 2, here's another 2, here is another 2, and here is another 2. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals, that gives us a total of 8 electrons. So it shows that carbon has 8 electrons, and then hydrogen has its duet, right? So all of these terms are satisfied. Our hydrogen has 2, and all others, which is carbon, has an octet, which is 8 electrons. So this is what our Lewis dot structure should look like.